Hello, welcome to my 2024 manga collection tour. I'll just start off here. We got Fist of the North Star, 1 through 12 up to date. My one Viz Big of Inuyasha. We got JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, and start of Part 4. I've read Part 1, I'm on Part 2, but I need to get back to that. And then at the top here, this wall is what I'm considering my completed series. Even though One Piece isn't completed, I've been buying through the box sets, so for me it's completed with buying the 4 box sets until the next one comes out. But I'm not very far in One Piece. I'm trying to work my way through it. I love the live action. I'm on number 8 right there. Here's one of my 2 figures I own, Luffy. But yeah, a lot of work to do there for One Piece. There's the Ayashimon completed. Ended too soon in my opinion. I absolutely loved that short series. I might be in the minority for that, but you got Bakuman complete. I read the first one. I need to keep reading that. It's very wordy. Black Torch complete. I need to read that. It's going to be a common theme. I did read the first one, A Blade of the Moon Princess. I didn't love it, but same creator as Spy Family. And then we got Call of the Night. It's a new pickup for me. I'm missing number 4. Claymore, my Death Note brick. I don't recommend. But it makes a good book stop there. Claymore complete. I need to read that. We got Picasso complete, and Haiku complete. We got Hulk. Cool thing about Hulk is when you put all the covers together this way, they make one image. Let's see, Hunter x Hunter. I forget where I left off on that. I was on the arc where they, I want to say they do some gambling or they're trying to make money. It just didn't, I need to get back to it. It was one of the first manga I've ever bought. But it's up to 37, so that's complete so far. But it does look like maybe Yoshihiro Togashi is going to be working on the next book. If looks like they leaked it, or I guess he leaked his own work, working on the next volume. But I need to keep reading that. Marshall, I think that one ends at 18, so I'm leaving some room there. Red Hood, the Hunters Guild Red Hood. That one is complete, just 3 volumes. Cut. I think they canceled that series. Rurouni Kenshin, I have that in the singles, up to 28. I'm excited to read that. I was a big fan of the Toonami release back in the day. Sandland, a great one-shot. Rest in peace, Akira Toriyama. And obviously Slam Dunk, I need to read that. I know it's on my bucket list to read as soon as I can. Spider-Man Fake Red, Fujimoto's one-shots, reincarnated as Yamcha, which I think is absolutely hilarious. Yamcha is just kind of a pathetic character, but it's funny that they did this. Yu Yu Hakusho complete. When they reprinted that, I was excited. Again, I used to watch that on Toonami. Great anime as well. And the Full Metal editions of Full Metal Alchemist. That's a great series. I think I'm on number 7. I need to watch the anime, but I never finished it. I watched some of it. But these Full Metal editions are great. And then the 20th anniversary book. And then over here, I'd say Vagabond was the series that really got me into manga. When I saw these spines, I knew I had to own it. Absolutely love the artwork in Vagabond. I think I'm on number 2. I mean, it's not very far, but I need to get back to it. The artwork is incredible. The story is really good. And also 37 there at the top, which isn't in these omnis, but it might be all we have left. All we're going to get, I should say, a Vagabond. Miyazaki, Shuna's Journey. We got Ping Pong, and the reprint of Tenko Kincrete. I need to read that. And Nausicaa, big fan of Hayao Miyazaki's work. I haven't read this yet, but I want to get to that soon. So then this shelf, or this wall here, is what I consider my ongoing series. We got Akane Banashi, 1 through 5, ongoing. I read the first one, really enjoyed it. Need to get back to it. Black Clover. It's funny, I watch a lot of Manga2 videos, and everyone says, Black Clover, you need to read it. Everyone, you know, it's the underrated series. Everyone gives it a lot of grief, but I'm right in line. I really like Black Clover. I think it's a great shonen series, and I need to get back to it. I think 35 just came out as of this video. Bleach. I just bought the first box set and the anniversary volume there. I need to start. I think I read the first one, but I need to get back to it and see what I think. Blue Exorcist. Now, this took a while to put together. For some reason, number 20 was really hard to find for me. But I got it, and I'm excited to get into it. I know that manga dude really likes Blue Exorcist, and yeah, I want to get into that story soon. Chainsaw Man. So I have read up to, you know, the first part. I've read the first part up to 11, and some of number 12. But Chainsaw Man, I honestly think it's overrated. It's a good series, but to me was very gory, which I guess that's what you're coming for with a chainsaw in the title, and I just didn't love it as much as I thought I would. I mean, obviously Fujimoto is just crazy. I mean, his story is crazy, his stories, but I don't know. I might be in the minority here, but I really didn't love it that much. You know, it seemed like kind of like a teen horror type gory movie in manga form. I have not watched the anime. I really don't watch anime that much, but I heard good things about that. But yeah, we'll see how the second part of the Chainsaw Man is when I get into it more. I got D Gray Man in the 3-in-1s. I think then the next 3-in-1 will be coming out this December, or this end of this year. I need to get into that. That's a hyped series right now, and I think I'm on number 6, I believe. It's just, obviously a lot of people talk about it. It's a crazy series. It's just wacky. I don't know what else to say about it. It's just kind of an eccentric series, but it's fun. It's a fun read, I think. I don't know about rereadability for this series, but I've been enjoying it. Some really good full panel artwork in it too. One of my newer pickups so far is Dr. Stone. I just have 1 through 12. I watched a little bit of the anime, enjoyed it. I'm gonna read this much and see how I feel. I heard the ending is okay, but yeah, I want to get into it. Elusive Samurai, I need to get back into this. I absolutely love the first volume. but not quite there yet. I need to get into it though. It's funny how they changed the color here in number 10. I wonder if that's a different arc. It probably is. Let's see. We got Frieren 1 through 10. I really love the first volume of Frieren. I need to get back into it. Everyone knows about Frieren if you're watching Tube. Gintama, only have number 1. It's a humor series. I didn't, a lot of the jokes I just didn't get, but I need to maybe pick up more and see how I feel. The next one is Goku Rakugai, which is a new release this year. I need to read it. It looked really good. Then we got Hikaru no Go. This is a hard series to find anymore, where you can find them secondhand. It's just how I'm picking them up. But I read the first one, really liked it, and it's about the game of Go. And it's like a training arc. He gets trained by a Go master, which is like the ghost of a Go master. So I need to get into it. I know I'll like it. Hoshin Engi, I haven't read that. I only have number 1. Jujutsu Kaisen. It's one of the series I want to read. I know that the magic system gets to be a little complex, is what I've heard towards the end. But I definitely want to read it and so that I can form my own opinion. Kaiju number 8, I read, I think, number 1. I definitely think I enjoy it. Kaiju stories, and I love that the main character's in his 30s. I'm in my 30s, so it's good to see someone that's other than a high school kid. Library Wars, I've been picking up secondhand from libraries, as you can see. I have to do a lot of cleanup on these, once I get them in my collection, make them, take off the stickers and try to fix them up as much as possible. I haven't read it, but I like to get into it. Some more shoujo stuff. Mao, I haven't read. Marriage Toxin is new this year. I haven't read. My Hero, I've read up to, I think, number 6 or 7, and I enjoyed it. I picked up the box set, the Italian Prince. I know Manga Sloth loves those Italian prints. If you know, you know. Nana actually just got reprinted, number 1, this year. So I'm excited to start that, see how I feel about more shoujo. Naruto is one of the first sets I picked up. It's actually not the box set, but I got it at a local store. I definitely watched a lot of the anime in that, but I want to read it. One Punch Man, heard a lot of good things. The artwork's incredible. I definitely want to get into that soon. I do think it's funny that they link 3 of the the image of these volumes, and then the next 3, and then we're just gonna do something else and do one off. So it'd be cool if they, like Dragon Ball, had one running image or a linking image. But anyway, it's still pretty cool. Platinum End gets a lot of it's made fun of quite a bit. People don't like it. I think I've read the first volume. It's okay. I might not keep it in my collection. Of course, a lot of people like Obata's artwork, which it is incredible. I mean, I think his artwork is really good. But I don't know. The story, I've heard it goes way downhill in Platinum End, and it wasn't all that enjoyable. I thought the first few chapters were good, but I probably might not keep it in my collection. Radiant, it's actually by a French mangaka. I want to get into it soon. I've been picking it up, and I started reading number 1. I need to get back into it, but I heard a lot of good things. Sakamoto Days, again, I want to get into this. Up to date so far. Shoha Shoten, again, another Obata. I think it's his most recent manga that he's drawn. Comedy manga, I'm excited to get into that. Snow White with Red Hair, just number 1. Spy Family, a lot of people know Spy Family. I am up to date on it. Tiger and Bunny, kind of don't hear much about Tiger and Bunny. That's superhero manga. I need to get into it. I think there's 10 volumes or so. Undead Unluck, I've been collecting this recently. I think I've read the first 2 volumes. To me, it's kind of a typical shonen. I mean, I've heard it gets really good as the series progresses, so I'm excited. And then Yona of the Dawn. More shoujo that I'd like to get into. I've heard a lot of good things about Yona of the Dawn. I know there's 40 volumes, so I'll definitely need these bottom shelf spaces if I want to continue it. Oh, and then Yu-Gi-Oh! Omnis 1, 2, 3 through 13, 14, 15 is all I have. I know there's probably 5 more Omnis or so. I've been watching old school Yu-Gi-Oh! On Roku, enjoying it. Pegasus Arc and Millennium Item. I used to watch it back in the day for sure when I was a kid, and I used to collect the cards. I really enjoyed Yu-Gi-Oh! I do still have the cards, but I want to see how the manga is. Right. Second to last shelf. This is my VisBig section. Sorry for the glare. I have 20th Century Boys complete. I've read the first 2 or 3. I need to get back into it. Really good Urasawa work. After School Charisma, just kind of picking up those when I can. It's okay. Then you got Alice in Borderland complete. I love these connected spines. I've read the first 4 or 5 Omnis. I need to get back into it. It's a really good death game manga. Really enjoy it. I think it's well written. It's probably in my top 10, honestly. Really well done. Emotionals, arcs, exciting. Assassin's Creed, just number 1. And then Beastars, I've read maybe 5 or 6. I need to get back into it again. That's a common thing for me. Beast Complex 1 through 3, Children of the Whales 1 through 5. Started reading this recently. Really good artwork. I want to read more. I'm actually currently reading Chojin today. Keep reading number 2. It's okay. I know that I think Chojin gets a lot better as the series progresses, so I want to keep reading and see how I feel. Crazy Food Truck complete. It's okay. I think I read the first one. I need to keep reading. Dorohedoro. I don't know how I feel about Dorohedoro. People absolutely love it, and I've read maybe the first 3 or 4, and it's gruesome. It's gory. I mean, there's some humor in there, which I enjoy, but it's just very dark and bleak, and I mean, that's what you're coming for. I don't know if it's for me. Downfall, I haven't read. One Shot by Asano. Drip Drip, I have read. She gets nosebleeds when she... I think when she gets... well, you have to read it if you want to read it. But it's a pretty good one shot. I think it's by the creator of Beastars. The Santa Claus one shot in there is just plain weird, in my opinion. Fire Punch, Fujimoto's other work complete. I've read it first one. I need to keep reading. It's absolutely crazy, of course. Golden Kamuy, this is another one that I need to get on it. This and Blue Exorcist are going to be, I'm going to read soon, because I've heard so many good things of Golden Kamuy. I think it's Omni Collector's favorite, one of his favorite series. I have it complete. Goodbye Eri, one shot, very good. Fujimoto one shot. Heart Gear, haven't read it yet, but I've heard good things. Hell's Paradise, I want to get into that as well. I have 1 through 13 complete. I'll give it my all tomorrow. The artwork is frankly not very good, but the story is interesting. He's 40-something-year-old single dad, and he wants to become a manga artist, so I enjoyed it. When the artwork, I don't know, when you're reading manga, you want good artwork, and when you don't have good artwork, it just takes it away from me, but I do want to pick up more, I think. Again, it's not a teenage story, so. Kingyo used books. I've read a little bit of it. I liked it. I don't really hear much about it. anymore or at all, but it's an older series, but I enjoyed it. I read half of it or so. Levius I haven't read. Look Back's a great one-shot by Fujimoto. Master Keaton I haven't read, just have the first one. Mobile Suit Gundam Thunderbolt, I heard number 3 is almost impossible to find, at least around me. So we'll see if I keep collecting that. Monster I just picked up last year. I need to get into it. Muzuraji I haven't read. Same thing with number 5, Oroku. Pluto I just picked up about the Astro Boy. Again, it's a Tezuka work. I'm excited to get into it. Real, I just have the first one. Snowball Earth just came out this year. I'm excited to read that, see what that's about. Solanin is okay. If you're not in your 20s, I don't know. It's a good read for people that are trying to find themselves in their 20s or teenagers. But as someone who's kind of past that time, it's okay. I think the artwork can leave a little bit left to be desired as well, but I liked it. I think I gave it a 7 out of 10 or 7.5 out of 10, Solanin. Plus, it has a lot to do with music, and I was a drummer, so I enjoyed that. Steel the Celestial Shadows, an absolutely phenomenal manga. I need to read number 2, but I love number 1, about a samurai who the steel kind of goes around. He can't be affected by steel, and it's also funny that he's always like has a beard, because obviously he might have a trouble. Well, that's not him, but he would have trouble with razor blades because steel like bends when it gets close to his skin. So I think that's funny. Toko These Days, I heard good things. I haven't read it. The Way of the Household, I kind of just have that. I'd like to see. I know the humor gets old after a while in the series, but I like to get into it just to see. Zom 100, I heard good things. I have 1 through 10. I think they're up to 13 or 14. Everyone Has All You Need Is Kill in their collection. I feel like most people haven't read it. I definitely have watched The Edge of Tomorrow with Tom Cruise that everyone says when they bring up this manga. So I know the story. I really enjoyed the story. I really like that movie. Betwixt is like probably my only horror manga. I think I bought that on Halloween too, but I haven't read it. Or I started reading the first story. Death Note, short stories, Mandalorian, number 1. I think I have number 2 on order. Love the Mandalorian Disney Plus show. Pokemon Adventures 1 and 2, and I found this Ash Ketchum in my old Pokemon stuff from when I was a kid, and so I brought him out. And he fit perfectly, and there's my old blue version from whenever I was a kid. Now we're going into my Dark Horse section. We got well, actually, these first couple are from kind of like defunct publishers, ADV and CPM. I haven't read Orphan or Comic Party. Banya, I think I learned about that through Manga Sloth. I definitely want to read it, give it a shot. And I want to read Color of Rage. I haven't read that, or Fooly Cooly FLCL. Gans, I've read most of the first omnibus, and I really like it. I mean, it's definitely not for kids, but it's a good. I want to see what happens. It's just crazy. I only have through the first 6 of those. Gigantamaxia is a one-shot by Kento Miura, who also did Kentaro Miura, who also did Berserk. Lone Wolf and Cub, number 1. I want to read it, see how I feel. There's like 12 of these Omnis, so I need a lot of shelf space if I want to continue. Mob Psycho, again, the artwork in this is just... I don't love it, but these covers are great. I do like the covers of Mob Psycho. The story's okay. I don't know if I'm going to continue. I might be in the minority there, but... Tomahawk Angel, really liked the first one by a Greek mangaka. I haven't read the second one yet. I just picked up Ajin recently, the whole series, so I'm excited to see. I heard that that's a really good antagonist, like one of the best in manga, so I'm excited to read that and see what that's about. Then down here we got some vertical. Bakemonogatari, I haven't read. Blood on the Tracks, I've read that. Don't know if I'm going to continue. I might. I know that people absolutely love that series, and they're quick reads, so I'm probably going to pick up more. We'll see. Go with the Clouds, North by Northwest. It's a good series about traveling to Iceland. I definitely want to get into that soon. Kino's Journey, Beautiful World, I haven't read. I just picked up Alchemist Who Survived, Now Dreams of the Quiet City Life. I've heard a lot of good things. I want to read that. Call the Name of the Night. I thought the first volume was okay. I don't know if I'm going to continue. Loved The Deer King. I don't hear people talking about it very much. I know it was adapted, but loved it. I need to read the second one. Elden Ring, I know it's a comedy. I want to read that. Hero Tales, I just picked up the first one. I think it's one of the first series by Arakawa, who did Full Metal Alchemist, so I want to see what that's about. I have read Hinawa ga Crush. I don't know. It's okay. It's one of those series where all your characters are fighting and they're hardly wearing any period armor, but they're doing a lot of hand-to-hand combat, and I don't know. It's a fantasy. Log Horizon, I haven't read. Monster, I haven't read that one, sorry. Pandora 7, haven't read either. I absolutely love Saito in Another World #1. I want to keep reading. It was like a comedy, like, to me it was like comic strips but in manga form, and there was always like each page there was like a joke. I don't know, I really enjoyed it. Shy was okay. I don't know if I'm going to continue. I haven't read Spice and Wolf. Loved Whoever Steals This Book. It's about a town that has a family that owns the library in the center of town, and the main character is part of that lineage of the family, and she ends up kind of like Page Master from the 90s, goes into stories, gets pulled into stories, and has to figure out what's going on. I really enjoyed Whoever Steals This Book. I'm a big fan of stories about libraries, so Yokohama Station, I haven't read that one, and same thing with Dororo, this big chunker omnibus. And then the very last here, we got, we're in the end press section, sorry. Ako and Bombi, Apare Radman, I haven't read that. I have read some of Beast Strings, and it's just a bizarre manga. I don't know how else to put it. The artwork is really good, but the stories in there, it's kind of like Beastars, but it's I don't know. Maybe I need to just finish the volume and give my full opinion then. Bochi the Rock, I haven't read. Coffee Moon is really good. It's a Groundhog Day story. I want to see where it goes. I really enjoyed the first couple volumes. I haven't read Deliciousness Dungeon, but I've heard good things. The Essence of Being Amused, I really didn't like the first volume, but I think it's because I don't like when your main character has like zero self-confidence, but I can understand why people relate to her as she tries to become an artist. I haven't read Heterogenea Linguistico, Their Infernal Devices, or Kakuori. It's funny when you're trying to do a video and pronouncing. I've read the titles, but pronouncing them out loud is a lot harder. Kowloon Generic Romance is a really good series. I think I've read the first 4. I want to continue. There's a lot of mystery, science fiction, and romance. It's kind of a mesh of all genres. It's impressively done. Magical Girl Incident, I haven't read. Maximum Ride, I just started picking those up when I see them. One More Step, Come Stand By Me, I haven't read. It's a collection of short stories. Same thing with Seven Little Sons of the Dragon. Silver Spoon, I know that, Peppers, what's his name? He really enjoys this series, but I want to get into it, and I've heard a lot of good things. Solo Leveling, Taking Care of God, Tuj Oni. When the Night Will Survive is just a short little two-volume series. Witch's Printing Office, Wolf Never Sleeps, Yoshi no Zukara, The Frog in the Well Does Not Know the Ocean. I think I read the first one. I really enjoyed that. I don't hear people talking about it. I want to keep reading. In Yaomushi Pedal, it's like 20 volumes of these omnibuses, probably more. But I don't know if I'm going to have shelf space for that. That's a cycling manga. Here's some Solo Leveling, and only have one of Mobile Suit Gundam, The Origin. And then here's like my little Dark Horse volumes that are too big to fit on a shelf, but also I got this March Comes in Like a Lion, and the artwork is done by Mira, who did Berserk. I really like that. I have a couple Blitz, Centaurs, 100 Tales, Eminon, and Satoshi Konan's Opus. Then I have, Planets 1 and 2 by the same creators, Vinland Saga, Seraphim, Wings, The Summon of the Gods, and The Walking Man. And here's Blame, Master Edition 1 through 6. I've started collecting the big boys here. Berserk Omnis and Blade of the Immortal Omnis. I have 1, 2, 3, 5, and 1, 2, 4. I definitely want to collect more and get into those soon. And finally, this shelf is my 7 Seas and Kandasha shelf, at least for the time being. We got a Silent Voice, Attack on Titan, Colossal Editions, Vinland Saga. Everyone knows or should know Vinland Saga. It's phenomenal. I've been collecting it in these new omnibus editions, and they are just amazing. I'm reading the second Omni right now. I think it collects 1 through 3. Bride Story, amazing artwork. Same mangaka Kaoru Mori, who also did Emma here. It's like a Victorian London manga. And then Scribbles, which is like her sketchbook in manga format. It's amazing. I got up to date there. And Sayuki, which I haven't read, but I want to at some point. Here's my smaller format 7 Seas. I'm just going to go through these. A lot of these I haven't got into yet. I got The Ancient Magus Bride, Black Knight Parade, Blue Giant, Complete, Die Dark, Up to Date, Dungeon People, The Night Blooms Behind Castle Walls. I actually really enjoyed this. I'm a big fan of medieval time period. I don't hear people talking about that very much. I like the connecting spines of No Longer Allowed in Another World. Sazang and Comic Girl. The Weeb family kind of introduced me to this, and I started reading it. Really enjoyed it. I need to get back into it. Skip and Loafer, just the first one. Spirit Circle, good luck finding 4 and 5. Or how many are after the first 3. They're hard to find, at least for me. Sword of the Demon Hunter. And I enjoyed What He Who Doesn't Believe in Fate Says, the first one. Found the second one used. I know there's 4 out, I think. Yomo Tsuegi, The Tree of Death. I want to read that soon. The Apothecary Diaries. Same mangaka who did Full Metal. Here, her new series. Demons of the Shadow Realm. I heard a lot of good things of Smoking Behind the Supermarket. I would like to read that soon. And here's some Kodansha. You got Arslan 1 and 2. I think there's 18 plus volumes of that. Cage of Eden, and then Eden Zero, who is ongoing series by Hiro Mashima. I think there's 28 of those out now. And Mashima's Heroes. Go-Go Loser Ranger, I'm not collecting anymore till I read this and see how I feel. I did like Power Rangers as a child, but... New Model and Other Stories. Now that is by the same mangaka who did Beastars, I believe. it is not for kids. Let's just put it that way. There's some very intense stories in there. Boichi, I really enjoyed Origin, the first volume. Want to keep reading that. Seraph of the End, I haven't read, and Superman, where he flies off in his lunch hour to go eat ramen or other Japanese Superman meshi foods. I heard that's pretty good. I started collecting Shaman King. I never was one of those kids that would sit on the floor borders and read Shaman King, but I kind of wish I was, looking back. But I want to see, if I like the series or if I should continue collecting it. The Boxer. I absolutely love The Boxer. IZE Press. Amazing story about your main character here, who always looks extremely tired, but he's like a boxing prodigy, and then you follow some of these other characters as you learn more about their backstory, and it is just a phenomenal sports read if you like sports manga. When I get the newest volume, I immediately read it. I don't know, I love the stories and the backgrounds of the other fighters, and I'm waiting to see now. His name is Yu, who can take him down, because he almost seems like he's too overpowered, but we'll see if he does finally fall to somebody. The Horizon I haven't read, but I heard it's very intense. Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint, I read the first one, I really liked it. Let's see if the second one is any good. Ado, I heard it's a lot like Akira. I haven't read it. Blue Lock, very good sports manga, soccer manga. Up to date on that. Blue Period, got the first 7. I'm kind of just picking those up when I see them. Blue Wolves Amiibo, I haven't read, but I heard it's okay. Sunning Stories is never hear people talk about this really, but it's another story that's about Rakugo. So if you like Akane Banashi, you might like Descending Stories. Daiwa Gelder is not for kids. It's a good story. I need to keep reading. Drifting Dragons, I really enjoyed the first one. I decided to just keep picking them up. Artwork's really good. I want to keep reading. I don't know, do you guys think Drifting Dragons is a food manga because they eat a lot of dragons in the series? The Fable, I've heard good things. I want to read that soon. Fairy Tail, I'm just going to pick up these for now and see if I like it, because it's going to be a lot of shelf space if I keep collecting them this way, even in Omni format. Fire Force, I love the connecting image. I want to get into it soon. Loved Gachiakuda. I want to read the next number 2. It's a great story. I mean, I think it's a great shonen. I don't believe it's a seinen, but he kind of falls into a trash world, and he has to figure out how does he survive in this world when he's falsely committed or accused of a crime, and he ends up having to go to this alternative world like the pit and survive. Galaxy Next Door I haven't read. Initial D, I've started reading it, and it's funny. I mean, I've heard a lot of good things, and I'm going to read it, and I know it starts out slow, but the funny thing is, and it's true, you would think that, obviously he's like running food through the mountains, and, he can't afford a expensive vehicle, but like, you got a racing manga, that's not a very impressive car, it's not like it's a sports car or something that's souped up to go fast. It's like, I don't know, but I'm excited to keep reading. I want to read it. Inuyashiki I haven't read, and Land of the Lustrous I've started reading. We'll see if I get through these first 5 if I keep collecting. I know they call it a hidden gem of a series. Angus of the Library I haven't read, I need to read. Same thing with Lugs of Life as a 90s Otaku. Nina and the Starry Bride, up to date. Noragami, I've started reading, I need to get into it. I have up to, I think, I don't know if there's any more Omnis coming up to date. Parasai, without the TE. I need to keep reading. Quality Insurance in Another World of enjoying it. I don't know if I'm going to keep collecting. I need to read these and see how I feel. Same thing with Shangri-La Frontier. Sketchy, I really enjoyed. It's a skateboarding manga. I used to skateboard, and also this character's in her 30s, I believe, and she's just trying to figure out what to do with her life. The funny thing is, she works at like basically a Blockbuster, and I'm like, huh, what? Those still exist? It's kind of funny, but I want to see where it goes. I mean, she didn't really even learn to ollie yet in the first volume, so we'll see. I've heard good things about that time I got reincarnated as a slime. I haven't read, but I'm gonna see how I feel after I read this Omni. To Your Eternity, I absolutely loved the first volume of To Your Eternity. It's a heart wrencher. The same mangaka that did A Silent Voice. I want to keep reading. Just put it that way. Sugami Project I haven't read. Wave, Listen to Me, I've started. I need to keep reading. The same mangaka who just done Blade of the Immortal. Witch and the Beast I want to read. Witch Hat Atelier. I'm up to date, except I think the third Witch Hat Atelier Kitchen's out. Really good series. I want to read more. I think I read the first one. I'm going to keep reading. The artwork's just phenomenal. Wotakoi, Love is Hard. As for Otaku, I've heard a lot of good things. I need to get into it. Blank Canvas, I haven't read, but I heard a lot of good things. We're now in 7 Seas. Gold Kingdom and Water Kingdom, I haven't read. One shot. Homunculus, oh boy. I will keep collecting this series because I need to know what happens, but I don't know if it'll stay in my collection. It's like nothing really happens each volume except the two main characters talking to each other about his affliction, where he can see homunculus. But they kind of just sit there and have this long discussion. I don't know, I might be in the minority here of this, my opinion, but I didn't think really much happens. I really enjoyed the first Omni, but then there's things that happen in the second that I'm like, whoa, this is just too much. But I decided to keep reading, kind of like a train wreck in slow motion. I have to see what happens, but I don't know if they'll stay in my collection once I finish reading. Orb on the Movements of the Earth. I need to read that. Polar Bear Cafe I got cheap somewhere. Loved Sora and the House of Monsters. I need to read the second one. Really, really cool concept of kind of like a girl that helps design with these dwarves houses for monsters that are specific for their needs. So it's really, really cool. Solace in the Cage I haven't read. Tokyo Revengers, I got that cheap. I need to get into it, even though I'm like probably 9 omnibuses behind. Valiant Must Fall, I really liked the first one. I don't hear people talking about this manga at all. I need to read the second, but it's a historical Japan, feudal Japan type series. Tiger, it's this, I started reading this, it's pretty good. It's about a girl that basically becomes a pirate captain. She is posing as her brother, who was the captain of the ship, and she takes his identity. So I'm excited. I want to keep reading. It's part of this Beehive imprint of 7 Seas. Titan manga I've been really liking, although they are expensive for, you know, kind of slim volumes. But I got Alpi, love Alpi and the Soul Sender. Very good series. Great artwork, magic system. Adam the Beginning, Grace Rosa, Great Yokai War. Poetry of Rand reminds me of The Witcher, but I want to read the second one. Tengen Hero Wars. the 3 Exorcism Siblings, Witch of the Thistle Castle, Sengoku Yoku. Oh, Tokyo. We're on to the Tokyo Pop section. I only have a little bit. Stone, Takuro, Yagi the Bookshop Goat, and then Summertime Rendering by, this is Udon. So anyway, that is my collection. I'm probably going to add another shelf here soon because I'm running out of space, but I definitely need to keep working that TBR. But thank you again for watching, and I really appreciate it. Thanks, bye.